You're watching the Alabama Weather Network.
It's Friday, the 24th of October. This is meteorologist James Spann. Alabama's weather will stay dry today and tomorrow, and then rain returns to the state on Sunday, a chance of some needed rain. Let's take a look at the upper air look this morning. We've got a long wave trough over the eastern United States. And again, this morning, a very dry air mass in place. We'll check the radar composite. The closest rain to Alabama is over western Arkansas and North Texas, raining around Dallas-Fort Worth up toward Tulsa this morning into parts of Arkansas. And again, that rain will ultimately get in here by Sunday. But for the state of Alabama, we are cool and dry early this morning. Mostly 40s across the state, highs in the 70s today. For the northern two-thirds of the state, low 80s in South Alabama. Freeze warnings in effect up north from near Madison, Wisconsin, down into eastern Kentucky, including the mountains of North Carolina. We have a flash flood watch in effect up and down Interstate 35 from near Waco, Texas, up to Oklahoma City. The county's in green on the map there. Got a chance of strong to severe storms today over much of Texas. Tomorrow, a risk of severe storms over parts of southeastern Texas and Louisiana. We see a level 2 out of 5 risk in there. And there might be an isolated tornado. The main concern coming from strong, gusty, straight-line winds. And then on day 3, which is Sunday, we've got a marginal risk of severe storms that actually does extend down into parts of southwest Alabama. This is a level 1 out of 5 risk, and this marginal risk would include, obviously, Mobile and Baldwin counties, places like Monroeville, Thomasville, Linden, Butler, Chatham, Atmore. And the air is going to be pretty stable. For most of the state, Sunday, just a cool rain, but there could be some thunder over southwest Alabama, maybe a thunderstorm with gusty winds, but the overall threat is quite low. Rain for the next 7 days. Numbers are coming up. That's good. Look at here. Rain amounts 1 to 2 inches for the state. Now, the bulk of this will be Sunday and Sunday night. And then next week, there could be a few little isolated showers for the first half of the week, but the big rains Sunday, Sunday night. And rain is good because that is the updated drought monitor. And that D3 extreme drought continues to expand over the western side of the state. The red there from Tuscaloosa down toward Thomasville. That would include places like Greensboro, Utah, Uniontown, Demopolis. The Tennessee Valley doing much better, as you can see. But again, we clearly need the rain, and we're certainly going to get some Sunday and Sunday night. So what's this thing going to do? Melissa. It's a very disorganized tropical storm in the Caribbean right now, but this is expected to be a powerful hurricane by early next week. But other than Melissa, it's quiet. This is the 7-day outlook. And again, other than Melissa, no tropical storms, no hurricanes. So Melissa's been fighting shear and some dry air. It's trying, and it will, we believe, get its act together. The maximum sustained winds are still just 45 miles per hour. The hurricane hunters get in there, and they're having a hard time really finding a tight, closed, low-level circulation. But let's go to the track. This is really, really, really a tough situation for Jamaica. In fact, here's a closer look at the projected track, and you can see that it ramps up quickly. In fact, the Hurricane Center expecting this to intensify rapidly, becoming a powerful Category 4 hurricane by early next week. And on this track, the hurricane stays just south of Jamaica, then it turns north just west of Jamaica. But it's close enough with this intensifying and expanding wind radius to produce some major problems there in terms of flooding, mudslides, wind damage. That's just not a good look for Jamaica at all. And then notice by Tuesday of next week, it comes up on Cuba with winds of 140 miles per hour. So this could create some major damage, especially over the eastern half of Cuba as well. But again, clearly this is not a Gulf system. This is the ATCF set. That big trough over the eastern part of the United States will take this thing quickly to the northeast, and it should be weakening toward the end of next week as it moves over the colder water and accelerates. This is coming off the GFS. And we'll check the European here. And again, it's kind of a split camp way down the line in about 7, 8, 9 days. You've got most of the members that take it out to sea. It's not even close to land, including the mean of the ensemble members. But you've got a couple of outliers that bring it toward the Canadian Maritimes. And that is reflected in the super ensemble plot. And understand this includes all the members of the GFS, the European, and the Canadian. And again, you see that kind of split out there toward the end of next week where you got a few members bring it toward the Canadian Maritimes. Most members keep it far, far off the east coast of Canada. But whatever, this will not be a Gulf system, and it should stay well east of the United States. If anybody's got to watch it down the line, it's going to be the far, far eastern part of Canada. This is the intensity guidance, and members are all over the board here. You've actually got some members that do not buy into the concept of it becoming a major hurricane, but you've got some that do. But based on the deep heat content of the Caribbean and the projected upper air pattern, I think the Hurricane Center is clearly on it. So again, a major dangerous hurricane passing just south of Jamaica and then just west of Jamaica as it turns north coming up toward Cuba. But again, this thing stays far, far away from the Gulf. So model fans, here we go. European, the OZ run, 4 o'clock today. Trough over the northeast United States, a short wave coming into Texas. And once again, we have a beautiful fall day. Sunny with highs in the 70s for the most part. Maybe some low 80s for South Alabama. The weekend begins tomorrow. We are still dry. So that's good news for the Magic City Classic. Big ball game played in Birmingham tomorrow. However, if you are going to the Auburn-Arkansas game out in Fayetteville, it's going to be wet. Cool, wet, temperatures upper 50s to near 60. Don't think we'll have any thunder there, just kind of a cool, rainy afternoon. So take the rain gear. Now, Alabama is on the other side over here. They're going to play in South Carolina, so they're fine. Should be a sunny, beautiful day with low 70s. So we're starting to get within range of the good high-resolution models. This is the high-resolution HER, valid just after midnight tomorrow night, 1 a.m. Sunday. And this is suggesting there might be a touch of light rain beginning late tomorrow night, but the bulk of that widespread rain is back over the Mississippi River. And that will be coming in here on Sunday. And this should be a pretty good little rain event for the state. And again, the air is going to be cool and stable. We'll be in the 60s. Maybe some thunder down in southwest Alabama. And again, SPC has thrown this marginal risk up. I just don't expect the problem with severe storms, just loud thunder perhaps down around Mobile and Baldwin counties. For most of the state, just good old-fashioned rain. And again, potential for over 1 inch for much of the state, Sunday and Sunday night. So Monday, the shortwave moves on to the east. The bulk of the widespread rain is gone, but that upper trough will be coming in, and that might squeeze out a few little isolated showers, probably not many. Same thing on Tuesday. The chance of showers, yeah, but most places with nothing meaningful. And on Wednesday, same thing. Upper trough. Could there be a shower? Yes, but many places with no rain at all. And then Thursday, we're getting into very cool, dry air. The day should be mostly sunny. 50s for North Alabama. 60s for South Alabama. And a week from today, it's Halloween, Friday the 31st of October. Got a broad trough over the eastern United States, and we are cool and dry. These are temperature anomalies for next Friday, a week from today, Halloween. Look at all the green. Temperatures well below average. We could start the day in the 30s over much of North Alabama with highs in the low to mid 60s. That's perfect weather for the trick-or-treaters. Let's keep going. This is 10 days out. This is Sunday, November 3rd. We've still got a trough over the eastern states, and once again, we are cool and we are dry. So at this point, cool, dry weather looks likely for that weekend of November 1st through the 2nd. So, rain for the next 15 days. Looky here, the mean between 2 and 3 inches. That's the largest number we've seen here in a while. This is valid between now and the 8th of November. And that makes sense in that we're getting into November, and that is the beginning of the tornado season, the active season, if you will. Temperatures coming off the national blend of models, 70s today and tomorrow, and then 60s for Sunday and all of next week. In fact, many places in North Alabama will see highs in the 50s on Wednesday and Thursday, with lows potentially in the 30s there. Easily the coolest air so far this season. And the long-range guidance, this is for October 31st through November 6th, and we are still in the blue. Temperatures below average. Ooh, cirrus clouds. Cirrus near us, stratus coming at us. And these are ice crystals. It's way below freezing at cloud level. That's 20 to 25,000 feet. And those ice crystals refract and reflect the sunlight, and they can create some really cool sky optics. Notice to the left and right of the sun, those sundogs. And surrounding that, we have a 22-degree halo. But we saw a lot of those over the Gulf Coast last night. Little upper tangent feature on the top of the halo there. But cirrus clouds are cool. They're outstanding. And it does not rain from them. Those are high-altitude clouds, and they make for a gorgeous sunrise or a sunset. See a circumzenithal arc up at the top of that one there. But that was so cool yesterday. But again, I love the beach here in late October. Just absolutely gorgeous. And that shot was taken at Fort Morgan. Wow, what a pastel, colorful sky. Just incredible. All right, so again, had a great time last night down at Southern Union Community College in Wadley. Big crowd for a weather program. Did some storm spotting for those guys. Today going to be in Chilton County at Jemison Elementary School. And then this evening I will be at Hillcrest High School in Tuscaloosa for the Friday Night Rivals game of the week. It is Homewood at Hillcrest. That'll be on Channel 68 in the Birmingham market, which is our sister station. I'll be live on ABC 3340 at 4, 5, and 6. And then tomorrow it's a book signing. We're going to be in Sylacauga at Cup of Grace Coffee on Broadway from 9 until 11. And if you've never been to one of these things, you really ought to come. We take a lot of pictures. We got all the cool weather shirts. We've got our children's books, including this one for kids that love weather and just maybe they want to kind of follow in my footsteps. And we've got All You Can Do Is Pray. That's the book about the generational tornado outbreak of April 27, 2011. My story, which is weathering life and much more. So again, that is Cup of Grace in Sylacauga tomorrow between 9 and 11. I'll be on ABC 3340 again this evening. Don't forget to catch my forecast on great radio stations around the state, including in Birmingham. Classic Rock 106.9. Thanks for watching. Have a great Friday, and God bless.